Veteran broadcaster and former Senator Derryn Hinch, one of Australia's most unforgettable media figures, has died at the age of 82. Known to the public as the human headline, Hinch was a man who lived his life in bold chapters, often shaped by controversy, struggle, and an unshakable determination to keep going. He died in his sleep this morning, after a long and difficult battle with serious health complications, including cancerous liver disease, cirrhosis, a heart issue, and treatments for facial melanoma and a blood infection. Derryn Hinch's story was not just about radio, television, or politics. It was about a man who lived loudly, spoke forcefully, and never tried to hide his flaws. He was the king of Melbourne talkback radio station 3AW, a voice that millions turned to for his sharp opinions, his blunt honesty, and his willingness to challenge anyone in the public eye. He wasn't afraid of controversy, and he was never shy about being himself, even when that made him unpopular or even dangerous. But Hinch's life was also marked by deep struggles. He battled chronic alcohol abuse that led to advanced cirrhosis of the liver and a cancerous growth on his liver that required a life-saving transplant in 2011. In 2018, he was knocked unconscious after falling from an Uber, suffering slight brain trauma and a concussion, and he spent time behind bars for contempt of court, a punishment that came from his outspoken nature and his refusal to follow the rules. He faced heart issues, a skin cancer battle, and a fall during the Christmas holiday that left him with 2 black eyes and a walker for assistance. Despite all of it, Derryn Hinch never gave up. He kept broadcasting, kept speaking, and kept living his life as the human headline, a man who became a headline in his own life. He didn't hide his past, and he didn't pretend to be someone else. He was always Derryn Hinch, and he was always unapologetic about who he was. His passing has left the Australian media and political world in mourning. Tributes have described him as uncompromising, fearless, and a figure who lived his life in the spotlight, whether people loved him or hated him. He was a broadcaster who shaped conversations, a senator who challenged the system, and a man who never tried to be anyone but himself. Derryn Hinch's story ends at 82, but it will not end in silence. His voice will continue to be heard in the stories of Australians who remember his sharp words, his unfiltered opinions, and his bold presence. His legacy will continue to inspire the next generation of broadcasters and politicians, and his life will continue to remind us that even the most controversial figures can have a deep impact on the world. If this video brought you even a moment of reflection, gratitude, or remembrance for a man who lived loudly and never stopped being himself, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Your support helps us keep sharing stories that honor the real, the human, and the unforgettable lives of people like Derryn Hinch. Lives that were defined by passion, by purpose, and by the impact they made on the world.